Okay, so I am here with Elizabeth Evans at the SalesComp 24 conference. It has been such a fast-moving conference. Elizabeth, how are you enjoying it so far?
It's been wonderful. I've been able to meet a lot of people and just hear everyone's stories.
That's really exciting. So we're here at a conference around sales compensation and pay, and it's also, that the organization, WorldatWork, is about total rewards and what people value in work, right? So it's pay and beyond. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So you solve for incentive compensation. But I wanted to ask you, broader than that even, is for you and yourself, what is it that you most value out of work and workplace? We talk about work is a relationship, really, right? We spend more time here than with our loved ones or anyone else, right? Mm-hmm. So what is it that you most value and why?
I've really evolved in my understanding of that over my career. When I started out, I was in base compensation, where you were at position description salary surveys. And your connection to the people who were paid was very limited. You never talked to an actual employee with their paycheck. It was always with their managers or executives. And it was a very indirect relationship. And I found when I was exposed to sales compensation that connection to direct payment was huge. Payday was an important event, and I really liked that. It was very gratifying to be able to help managers sort out selling situations, to be able to address real needs with sales plans, and then also talk a lot to sales reps. They're wonderful people. I love talking to them.
Yeah.
And so I found that, and then when I got into consulting, then it was just more of that. I was able to expand that footprint. Basically, when I meet people, it's tell me where it hurts. And I always have something I can help with. And that's very gratifying.
That's wonderful. So you would say one of the things you most value about work is being in a position where you can help people, help others. That's really wonderful. So we had a conversation around, I believe you work remote, yeah?
I do.
Okay. And you were working remote even pre-pandemic.
Right.
So for those of us that were put into a situation where we did not, and now we may be, what are some things that you've learned about how to work effectively when you're outside of that environment of an office that, whether hybrid or full-time, some people have gone to remote and some are struggling with that. What are some of the things that you've learned about how to make it work?
I always use my camera unless it makes the other person uncomfortable. I always lead with that. I could work up in my office all day long and then still have to come downstairs and tell my husband, I need to chill out. I need to decompress what I would normally have done on a ride home.
Yeah.
I still need to be by myself for a little bit because I still felt surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Phone calls, emails, Slack messages. It all, to me, counts very well as human contact. I'm a bit of an introvert, actually, so that helps. But what I found was, again, lead with a camera. Make sure you talk to people a lot during the day. And that was the biggest thing. The other thing is really silly. I am unable to work in my pajamas. I have to,
me too,
and I don't have to get dressed up.
Yeah.
I have to have shoes on. I have to have slacks and a shirt, something that's good for the camera, but I have to do that. And that's a big thing about getting my headset. Even if on a Saturday, even before the pandemic, I could not go up to my office and work in pajamas or anything like that.
That's really funny you mentioned that because I'm telling you I am the same way. I don't know what it is. It's like a different frame of mind, or it's a different mindset for me. When I put my pajamas on, I'm ready for bed.
Right.
And when I go to my office, I'm ready for work.
Absolutely.
So I've struggled with mixing the two as well. So Elizabeth, we talked about, you have been working woman now over 20 years. And what are some of the big things that, as a professional woman